All right, I just thought I'd do a quick video on something pertaining to tinnitus that was a little bit different than the typical tips and tricks that you get all the time from different people out there that I've even done myself prior. So this is just the fact that, like, most of us that get it never get rid of it. We just manage it in different ways. We found ways around it that don't bother us quite as much. We find habituation, whatever you want to call it. Like, we become better with tinnitus, period. And those of you that are out there that are dealing with it right now, it will get better. You just have to understand that right off the bat. So the thought I had behind this was just to give you a couple things that I use that helps keep my mind at ease with it. Because the further along I've gotten, the more I realize, like, this isn't about finding a physical solution to this. It's finding a mental relief from it. And the more I can calm myself down mentally with it, the lesser the symptoms become, as well as, too, my level of comfort with it, mental comfort and peace with it becomes a lot greater as well, too. So a couple things that come to mind, first and foremost, are focus. Focusing on it fuels the fire. And I think that's the thing you really have to understand is, like, the more you consume yourself with it, the more you stop to listen for it, the more circumstances you kind of climb down that pity party hole and just gobble it up on an everyday basis, the more that fire gets fueled. And the more the fire gets fueled, the more it consumes you with it. And I think that's the thing. You've got to find ways to distract yourself. You got to find ways to put your mind at ease from it and look at something else. Find things to play, find things to do, find background noise that happens. When you find yourself going down that hole, what's the trigger to release it at that point? What's the mantra you put in your mind that takes you from, oh crap, I hate this, to this is a better circumstance for me. I'm not so bad off at this point. And I think that's the thing. Like, understand your focus is a choice, and your choice to focus on the noise, to focus on how unlucky you are, whatever it might be in regards to that, like, you've got to be able to learn how to shift that. If you can't shift it, you're going to be consumed by it on there. So that's first thing. Focus is fuel. Second thing on there is that perspective brings purpose to this. And I'm a firm believer that things happen to us for a reason. In other words, they happen for us with regards. You may have heard that before. Anything good or bad can be used in your life to gain greater perspective, which moves your life down the path. Nothing's great in life came from something simple or easy. And I look at it, looking back at the last couple of years, tinnitus for me has made me a much more resilient person mentally, at work, at home, in so many different ways. With my kids, I'm a calmer person. I'm a more stable, mentally stable human now than I was before. And I thought I was good before, but man, I've really learned a lot more from it. That had purpose for me. And it's given me a different perspective through that purpose that's allowed my life to advance. It served me in a certain way on there. So understand that this problem can actually serve purpose for you on there. And that's the thing as well, too, is that when your perspective changes on it from this awful, horrible, crappy thing, unlucky me, never going to go away, I got to live with this for the rest of my life type of thing, pity party situation, now you can actually be able to find peace from it. And I think that's the thing, is that change in perspective brings peace as well, too, on there. And when you get to that point where you've accepted it for what it is, it doesn't control you. It doesn't own you anymore. You're not hostage to it. That's how you fix this thing. You can't physically, at this point in time, you cannot physically change the fact you have tinnitus. What you can do, though, is reframe it. You reframe it from the negative to the positive over there. You reframe it from this thing that consumes you to this background thing over here that's giving you a different perspective on life on there. You choose not to use your focus, being consumed with your focus by it, realizing that just makes the fire greater and bigger in your mind at that point. So again, your focus and your perspective are the two things you have choice over. And that choice allows you to get in front of this, to conquer this to some degree on there. And when you do that, now you're back in control. When you're back in control, the anxiety, the stress, the discomfort with this goes way down. When it goes way down, now you can back to living your life the way you're supposed to on there. So give that a try.